Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate ya. So today we're gonna see what I checked out from the library. I have 3 books that I'm gonna tell you guys about. So the first one, it's actually overdue. Don't tell anybody. Children of Blood and Bone, and I did put this one on my TBR, and this is by Tomi Adeyemi, I think is how you say it. I absolutely love this book. It did take me a while to read it because I was like ingesting everything. This is a fantasy book, and this one is about magic. Bringing magic back, saving magic, the whole 9 yards. This is about Zelly, and she is what they consider kind of like an outcast, the maggot, like the lowest of the low citizen, because her family was magic. The current king that is ruling, he went through and destroyed all magic, and the people who were supposed to be magic as they grew up, they get treated ridiculously. And this book is about like I said, bringing back magic, and we have multiple perspectives. And a lot of character development. Like, you see shy, timid characters go to like superheroes. Like, it's really good. And then they kind of like battle with self duties versus like family, like I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, doing the right thing for your family type thing. So this one follows Zelly. She is in the market, and she gets basically ran over by this girl named Amari, who winds up being the princess. Well, the princess stole a scroll, and with this scroll and other artifacts, you can bring magic back. So she enlists the help of Zelly and was like, we need to get out of here type thing. So they wind up getting, you know, they got to get out of the kingdom, and they are being chased by none other than the crown prince. What the heck am I trying to say? Enon. And he is trying to do what his father wants him to do. So he's trying to get the scroll to get rid of it so that magic can never come back. So as we're reading this, we are watching the journey of the travelers as they go from town to town to town to get to the area that the magic is supposed to come back at. At the same time, they are being followed by the royals. I will call them like the royal army type thing. And there's constantly as you're reading, it's almost like a look over my shoulder type thing, because you feel like, okay, you know, we're having a leisurely moment. Something's coming. Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to attack us. So there's like a lot of action, a lot of wonderful scenery to go through. Like I said, you get to explore the realms of their development as characters. We have sibling relationships in the book. We have brother and sister, which is the prince and the princess. And then we have the brother and sister, which is Zelly and her brother Zane. You get to watch their relationships as they go through this very intense, long journey to hopefully save magic, because their mother was a magi, which is a person who wields magic, and there's different types of magic. There's healers, I can't remember all of them right now. A reaper, which is like dealing with the dead, like spirits and stuff. So it's a really cool magic system. And what happens is, when the king ordered everyone to death that was magic, their mother was part of that. So unfortunately, when they think of magic, they think of the day it ended, the worst time for them. So like I said, we get to watch the main character, Zell, they call her a lot, go on this journey and hopefully bring back magic. And, you know, whatever happens. It's a very long journey, but it's very good. You get to see the author's creation. Like, she did amazing, I find, on everything in this book. The locations you go to, like I said, the development, the magic system, everything. It is so good. So, highly recommend this one. I need to read what else is behind it. I don't know how many more books came out after this one. Like, I don't know if it's a duology or a trilogy or how many, but I'm going to continue this series. This is definitely on my radar. All right, and then the next one is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides, I think is how you say it. I'm not 100%. He is also the author of The Silent Patient, and I really enjoyed The Silent Patient. And I was like, let me read this one. And I really enjoyed this one too. And I gotta say, if you do read them, I feel like you should read The Silent Patient first, then read this one. Yeah. Anyway, so this one is about Mariana Andros. She is a group therapist, and she is also widowed, and her niece that is in college at Cambridge calls her very upset, and come to find out one of her really good friends has been killed. So Mariana goes over there and, to comfort her niece, and then she used to go to this university as well. While she's there, she kind of starts becoming like a detective. She figures she's gonna go ahead and solve this mystery. And the person that she thinks is the murderer is Edward Fosca. So this is who is the murderer, and she's going to do whatever she can to prove it. No matter how good his alibis are, no matter how everything lines up, she is destined to prove he is the murderer. And for this one, they had 2-ish, maybe 3 little twists or whatever. I didn't guess all of them, but I did guess like a partial, and I was pretty proud of myself for that, because some people said you kind of get a hint along the way, but I never really picked up on the hint. So, like I said, she is trying to stick the killer, and as you're reading along how she's doing this, there are so many times where, like, if someone speaks, you're like, okay, are they even telling the truth? It just feels like everybody is lying. Everybody has an alibi. But you have to figure out who killed these girls. And when you find out, holy shit. Like, I didn't really see that happening. Like, the full ending. It was definitely a little shocker for me. But if you like a thriller with a pretty good twist that you possibly can't figure out, read this one. And the last library book I have is It Happened One Midnight by Seranna DeWylde. And this is another of the Fairy Godmothers Incorporated series. This is the 3rd one. I'm not sure if it's the last one, but I feel like we can get a few more out of this. I just really feel that way. So the premise of the Fairy Godmothers Incorporated series is there are 3 fairy godmothers. Like, they are in this town called Ever After, and it's magical, and it's running low on magic. So they conjure up a way to get more love in town so that they can have more magic to use, like the entire area, not just them, because in the world that they live, it's like fairy tales. Like, you have Hansel, Gretel, Red, and Grandma. Like, you have all your regular fairy tales with some adult humor and actions thrown into it. So this one particularly focuses on Juniper and Tomas. And Juniper is the granddaughter of the godmothers. So they're her fairy grandmothers. That's what she calls them. And she is a romance novelist. She excels at her craft. And she knows that she can't settle for any kind of man, because she's built them up so much in her writing. Like, she she's got to have the perfect one. So she knows pretty soon that her grandmothers are going to start meddling and find her a love match if she doesn't find one herself. So what does her and her best friend Tomas do? They decide to get fake engaged. Yeah, because that always works out, right? Nah. So Tomas is a divorce attorney, and he became a divorce attorney because of his father to his mother. He didn't want any other women being like taken advantage of when it came to a divorce. So that's why he became a lawyer. And he also doesn't really believe in love. So you have the best friend who is a romance novelist. Like, y'all are best friends since like diapers, pretty much. And you don't believe in love. And now she's your fake fiance. Because not only were the grandmothers going to come in and meddle, their own mothers are basically sitting there chomping at the bit. Like, when you're going to do this type thing. So to appease everyone, they decide to fake engage. And then for show, they kiss. And once they kiss, things start to kind of rile up between them. They both, like, she secretly, like, I feel she's more attracted to him from jump. And then once he gets the kiss, it's kind of like, whoa, okay, I'm feeling some stuff. But you have to work out all feelings. So we get to watch him process all of his feelings and get to a HEA. Because all of these books end in a HEA. So it's really funny watching him struggle to come to terms with what he needs to come to terms with. So, and of course, it's not just the grandmothers and the mothers meddling. I feel like the whole town starts to meddle at a certain point. But this one, I really enjoyed it, just like the last two. I don't think, like, this one had some funny stuff in it, but I feel like some of the stuff in the second book was a little bit better. But, like, it was still funny. But like I said, I guess the second one's my favorite out of the three right now. But I enjoyed each of them equally, I guess. Entertaining, perfect amount of adult mixed with fairy tales. Because I'm still a kid at heart. I still love fairy tales. So why not mix the two? And it's not like smut, if you're wondering. It's just, yes, there are a couple sexy scenes and whatnot, but like in all of the books, not all of the books have their fair share. There's a couple cuss words here and there, and just in general, kind of like when you watch a cartoon sometimes and they have adult humor thrown in, but it kind of goes over the kid's head. They have a little bit of that in here. So if you want something a little bit funny, cheesy at the same time, pick up this series. Like I said, I absolutely love it, and I hope that she writes more of these. I have no clue. I haven't looked up anything to see if she does have plans on adding more to this series, because I feel like it could go a lot further, because we haven't even touched everybody in town, in the Magic Town. Like, there's so much more I feel like we can do within the town. So those are my 3 library books. Have you read any of those? What are your feelings on them? Did you like them? Did you not? Just curious. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.